They say you can hear her children howling in the woods, grotesque, horned shadows crawling between dead trees. She's called the Black Goat, the mother of 1,000 young, and she might be older than time itself. In the dark heart of a forgotten forest, beneath a sky choked by storm clouds and shadows, something ancient stirs, a presence so vast, so alien, that the mere whisper of its name sends ripples through the minds of those who hear it. Trees twist unnaturally. The air grows heavy with the scent of decay and sulfur. From the gloom comes the sound of hooves, wet and slow, thudding against the black earth. And then, echoing through the night like a chant from beyond time itself. Ia, Shub-Niggurath, the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young. Few have glimpsed this monstrous being and retained their sanity. Shub-Niggurath is no ordinary creature, no god of light or wisdom. She is something else entirely, a primeval force of chaos and corruption, the mother of abominations, the devourer and the giver of life, twisted into its most grotesque form. Though Lovecraft himself only mentioned her in scattered fragments, mainly in chants muttered during unspeakable rituals, her legend was later expanded by other writers in the Cthulhu mythos. August Derleth, Robert Bloch, and others gave this enigmatic being more substance, crafting a disturbing portrait of a dark fertility goddess whose influence seeps into both alien worlds and forgotten corners of Earth. Her appearance is the stuff of waking nightmares. Imagine a colossal, pulsating mass of oozing black flesh, stretching high into the trees, constantly shifting and changing. From this writhing form, dozens, perhaps hundreds, of goat-like legs and serpentine tentacles writhe and flail. Dozens of mouths, some filled with jagged teeth, some with tongues like eels, open and close as if chanting blasphemies in a language no human should understand. From these mouths she births horrors, half-formed creatures slick with slime, howling with the pain of their unnatural existence. Her very essence is obscene. She is life but a parody of it, a mockery of nature's beauty. She gives birth not to beauty, but to monsters, and she does so endlessly. The origins of Shub-Niggurath remain murky, buried in myth and cosmic history. Some say she was born of the unnamed darkness, a child of the blind god Azathoth, the chaotic center of the universe. Others link her to the nameless mist, placing her within the family of Nyarlathotep and Yog-Sothoth, making her not just a mother figure, but the source of entire bloodlines of cosmic entities. If one follows this mythological lineage, Shub-Niggurath might well be the grandmother of Cthulhu himself. But family trees are strange among the outer gods. There are whispers that she is also the consort of Nyarlathotep. Some myths even claim she mated with the king in yellow, Hastur, giving birth to a line of monstrous demigods that now slumber in the void, waiting to awaken when the stars align. And then there are the 1,000 young. These are her children, not metaphorically, but literally. Towering, twisted beasts that stalk through ancient forests, hidden from human eyes. Known as the Dark Young, they resemble grotesque trees with thick, hoofed legs and massive trunk-like bodies covered in tentacles and gnashing mouths. Their skin oozes black ichor. Their very presence brings madness. They are her avatars, her extensions into our world. Rituals to summon the Dark Young are described in forbidden tomes, like the Book of Iban. They require human blood, chanted invocations beneath a new moon, and a stone altar deep in an uncharted forest. If performed correctly, the forest itself begins to shift. Trees groan, shadows move. And then, one of the Dark Young will appear, ready to feast on the sacrifice, and through it, establish a direct link to their mother. But where is Shub-Niggurath herself? Some say she dwells on the alien world of Yadith, a planet now overrun by immense, burrowing worm creatures called the Doles. Before its fall, Yadith was home to the Nugsoth, a race of brilliant, magical beings who worshipped her and recorded her will in glyphs no human has ever fully translated. It's believed she still sleeps beneath the ruined cities of Yadith, dreaming of new worlds to corrupt. Another theory holds that Shub-Niggurath is present in our world, just hidden. Some believe she can manifest through the Black Goat of the Woods, a more masculine aspect of her power. This has led to speculation that Pan, the Greek god of wild places and fertility, might actually be an earthly avatar of this darker force. After all, Pan too is goat-footed, lustful, and deeply connected to the chaotic forces of nature. In this view, Pan is not a god of joy and music, but a seductive mask worn by something infinitely more terrifying. Her cults are diverse and spread across space and time. In the frozen kingdom of Hyperborea, long before recorded history, she was worshipped by druidic orders who vanished mysteriously. In the doomed city of Sarnath, the people turned to her in their desperation. On the lost continent of Mu, where humans once bowed to Gatanothoa, there were still some who whispered Shub-Niggurath's name in the shadows. One priestess, Tiog, even tried to invoke her protection against her enemies, though what became of her is unclear. Beyond Earth, she is revered by alien civilizations. The Mygo, fungoid beings from the planet Yugoth, see her as a sacred figure. They claim her milk has transformative powers, capable of reshaping flesh and mind alike. Some willingly drink it, knowing it will warp them into monstrous forms. Others are forced. Among these alien races, becoming like Shub-Niggurath is not a punishment, but a blessing, a path to godhood or madness. Shub-Niggurath is also not a passive goddess. She desires expansion, reproduction, and chaos. Where Nyarlathotep deceives and Azathoth slumbers, she acts. She reaches through her offspring, her cults, her rituals. And when the conditions are right, when a forest is remote enough, when the stars are cruel enough, she manifests, just for a moment, just long enough to claim what is hers. Her influence has not gone unnoticed in modern fiction. Stephen King, heavily inspired by Lovecraft, has alluded to her in Revival and Crouch End. In the latter, a woman fleeing an alternate version of London finds herself pursued by the Thousand Young. In Moving Pictures by Terry Pratchett, a parody version of her shows victims images of her children until they go mad. Even video games haven't escaped her presence. In South Park, The Stick of Truth, she's presented in a hilariously horrifying form, a nod to just how far her myth has reached. Anime, RPGs, comics, all have paid homage to this terrifying mother of monsters. And yet, for all her appearances, we still understand so little. That's what makes her so terrifying. Shub-Niggurath is not evil in a human sense. She is beyond morality. She creates because that is her function. She births because that is her essence. But her creation brings madness, and her children bring ruin. She is the Earth Mother reimagined as nightmare, a symbol of nature's power, not as life-giving, but as indifferent, uncontrollable, and fundamentally unknowable. So next time you walk alone in a dark forest, and you hear the rustling of branches not touched by wind, remember, something might be watching. Not to kill, but to transform you into something else. Something born of slime and shadow. Something that belongs to the Black Goat of the Woods with 1,000 young. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more ancient legends and folklore, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Story Seeker. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss a new story. See you in the next adventure.